The French Riviera is known for sun, sand, and celebrities. But behind the scenes, there's a cultural vibrancy of cinematic proportions. So off we go.
Cannes is probably best known for its annual film festival, an internationally renowned celebration of cinema. But that's not its only association with the silver screen. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was filmed at the airport, and Robert De Niro scouts out his targets from a hotel on La Croisette in Ronin. The Villa d'Aumergue plays a special role in the city of Cannes.
This is where it all happens. In this room, the jury for the Cannes Film Festival decides who will win the coveted Palme d'Or.
The Carlton Hotel is also a star in its own right.
So we are here in the Grace Kelly suite, and yes, the Carlton Hotel actually changed Grace Kelly's life.
The movie magic continues off the coast of Cannes on the island of Sainte Marguerite with a truly historic celebrity home.
I'm in the real-life cell of the mysterious man in the iron mask. In the movie, the man behind the iron mask was Leonardo DiCaprio, but we will never know his true identity.
Back on the mainland lies another incredible lookout. Antibes has been a busy port since the Greeks, but in more modern times, it's also been a favorite landing spot for characters like James Bond.
Henry II built Fort Carré in 1503, never imagining that James Bond would come flying through on a horse and never say never again.
Bond's first visit to Antibes-Juan-les-Pins was in 1971 in Diamonds Are Forever. The area was a ritzy vacation spot by then, but that wasn't always the case. Its popularity as a summer destination actually started in the 20s, when Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald moved into what is now the glamorous Hotel Belle Reve.
The time was the 1920s here.
Was the roaring 20s.
Roaring, even though Antibes didn't know it, it started a roar.
And what a roar! Before it became Belle Reve, it was called the Villa Saint-Louis. The Fitzgeralds spent summers here, throwing fabulous parties with guests like Rudolph Valentino, the Hemingways, and Pablo Picasso. All along the Riviera, art has left its mark, more visible in some places than in others. Further east, I visited another home where the walls really do tell a story. This little slice of paradise is called Villa Santos, the longtime residence of artist Jean Cocteau. He himself once called it the Tattooed Villa.
And now we're gonna go see why.
Cocteau arrived in 1950, invited by Francine Weiswaller, a wealthy Parisian.
One day, Picasso arrived here for lunch, and Picasso, when he saw this fireplace, this god of sun, he said to Jean Cocteau, "You can't stay like this." Cocteau did everything in 6 months.
It looks quiet now, but Villefranche has been the set for several action movies, including Ronin and Killers with Ashton Kutcher. Away from the avant-garde glitz of the coast, we find yet another artist's hideaway.
I'm here in St. Paul, a quaint village in the hills of Provence, exploring its artistic heritage, which dates back to the 20s.
Back down the hillside, in the center of it all, lies the capital of the French Riviera.
Welcome to Nice.
Nice has been the backdrop for jewel thieves like the Pink Panther and computer masterminds like John Travolta in Swordfish, but it's also stolen its fair share of the art scene.
You might think I'm in Versailles, but I'm actually in Nice at the posh Hotel Negresco.
One of the oldest hotels on the Riviera, the Negresco isn't just a gathering place of the rich and famous, it's also a living art museum. Jason Statham made a quick getaway on the Promenade des Anglais in the Transporter, but most movie stars come here for an escape of a different kind.
This is a habit of ours to come to have a cafe like that in a Saturday morning, Sunday morning, to appreciate, take time to just stroll around. This is what we like to do a lot. Many artists, as you know, came to Nice, a lot of painters, and those had been used as natural landscapes and backgrounds for many movies, and indeed this is the nature of what is the area that allows us to have that. You can have a shot that will be in the mountains, you can have a city shot, you can have something more in a little bit countryside, a little bit medieval village, something like that. It's nice to show the whole French Riviera in its whole complexity. You know the French expression art de vivre?
Yes.
This is really that. The most difficult thing to learn is to learn how to leave the place like that.